plastic surgery is nothing new, but it is getting a lot more popular now. And according to the New York Post, the most popular thing they call is Mar-a-Lago Face, saying, quote, "It's now the most in-demand plastic surgery. Forget Instagram face. Everyone now has Mar-a-Lago Face, a curated blend of full lips, chiseled cheekbones, wide eyes, and smooth, taut foreheads that never wrinkle in worry." With us now, host of Skin Decision on Netflix, plastic surgeon Sheila Nazarian. Doc, good to see you as always. Before we get to the consultation of exactly what is Mar-a-Lago Face, is this just a way to sort of make fun of rich, white, conservative women?
Probably. I mean, I think that this is the first time I've kind of seen this kind of attack on conservative women saying you have Mar-a-Lago face, where I do think in reality, the conservative women at inauguration when I was there or at election night when I was there, they do take care of themselves, Leland. I'm not going to lie. They look great. They're dressed well. They're all like working out like fiends. It put me to shame.
Fair.
And yeah, no, I do think there's a definite aesthetic to the conservative woman, which I think is great.
Well, I think we can also acknowledge that with certain conservative women, very prominent ones, they look slightly different than they did when they were younger, and it's probably not all due to working out. Is there something now about that look that is, what, acceptable, fashionable, accepted?
Well, I think it depends on which part of the country that you're from. My aesthetic has always been and will always be no one knowing who did anything. Now,
right.
In all fairness, Leland, I haven't moved my forehead in 18 years. I started this stuff when I was 27, 28 years old. So, and I probably have 12 syringes of filler in my face right this moment.
Okay.
So I think that, there are things that you have to do when you upkeep, but I do think that some people have taken it too far. It is obvious that they have had work done. People come to me so that no one ever knows they did anything done. But there is an aesthetic and there is a resetting of what is normal in certain parts of the country. So maybe fuller lips is what everybody has in certain cities. And so everybody thinks that that looks normal, whereas to other people in other cities, you'd be like, what is happening here?
And that happened. Is there something, though, and look, you have a lot of people come to you from around the country, about the conservative women's movement now that being more out there rather than the Barbara Bush-esque First Lady view or the Nancy Reagan look is somehow been glorified?
Well, I mean, it always has been, even Cleopatra was rubbing olive oil on herself. But if you look at the 50-year-olds of 30 years ago versus the J-Los and the Anne Hathaways and the, I don't know, name your amazing looking celebrity.
Let me put it this way, and I'll get you on this. Okay, you look at the headlines, Mother Jones, in your face, the brutal aesthetics of MAGA, etc. Where are all the feminists defending these women?
Exactly. I mean, come on, we're not going to get into the double standard of what feminists consider worthy and not worthy of defending. If it's a conservative woman, not worthy. If it's liberal, worthy in their book.
Well, if we're going to get into that, we'd have to have a whole podcast rather than one segment. Doc, it's good to see you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.